welcome to episode 19 of the Lonely Knitter podcast. My name is Laura and this is my podcast all about my knitting and then a general little chit chat about life. I am The Lonely Knitter on Instagram and The Lonely Knitter 2 on Ravelry, and I also have the Lonely Knitter podcast group, though I cannot guarantee that I am, that's on Ravelry, sorry, and I am not very active. Bit rubbish, sorry, need to be better. So today is the 2nd of December, it is a Sunday, and I will post this video in the morning on Monday, as always, or as recently, it wasn't always. If you haven't watched me before, I am not a lonely person in life. I have lots of friends, but I don't have any knitting friends. So this is my knit night. I mean, I do actually, I am making some knitting friends, spending a little bit more time at my local yarn shop, which is a wool shop in Lowestoft, or the wool shop, a wool shop in Lowestoft, ooh, and mainly commercial yarns, wool shop. Really friendly people and really nice, really good selection of commercial yarns. So yeah, that's my, I can't concentrate and do this at the same time and talk. I'm going to put it down. That's my local yarn shop, but I don't have that many knitting buddies, so this is where I get my knit night. I'm going to move my knitting over here where it's not covering my show notes, because that was a stupid move. So for those of you who are joining me for the first time, thank you so much for checking me out, and if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back to listen to my ramblings, especially when some of my podcast episodes I am so tired and so out of it that I don't know if I really make any sense. It's a bit earlier tonight because my little girl went down incredibly easily, which was lovely, and so it's only 20 to 9 instead of 20 to 10, which it normally is, and I've gone past the point. She also slept through last night, so I'm definitely feeling a little bit more buzzed. So, first a little bit of chat about knitting things. So this won't go at the end in my chit chat about life, but I'm going to put it here. Vlogmas. Now, I love watching people's vlogmases. I have watched previously The Knitting Expat, Crazy Sock Lady, Sand by the Lakeside. Like, there are so many vlogmases that I had loved. Probably wouldn't watch that sort of thing every day of the year, but for December it's just so nice. And I don't know, the last day of November came round and it popped into my head, why don't I do Vlogmas? The reason I probably shouldn't do Vlogmas is because I'm incredibly disorganised, and you know, it's a whole extra thing to add on, and I'm not that good with iMovie, so it's just a clump of clips all wedged together with, I can't do music. I mean, I can put music on, but only the stuff that iMovie gives me on my iPad. I don't know how you get the lovely Christmas music that all the professionals have. But I am decidedly very amateur when it comes to all of this. But I just really wanted to have a go. I wanted to have the memories down, and I thought it would be fun. So I did it. So today's the 2nd. Yesterday there was a video at the end of the night. It was a nice day, a really nice day for me. I went to a little workshop at my local yarn shop, and I went to my work's Christmas party. I haven't said, but I'm from Suffolk in the UK, and probably should have said that at the beginning. My brain's just sort of fizzled out in the last 20 seconds. So yeah, I've done Vlogmas. Day 1 is up. Day 2 will be up in a minute, so by the time this is posted, Day 2 will well and truly have been posted up for your viewing pleasure. If anyone wants to watch it. I mean, seriously, I'm sure it's probably going to end up with like 0 viewers, but then I'll just have the videos for me. So it's a little bit difficult because my little girl features in most of my life, but me and my partner don't really put pictures of her face on social media. It's, yeah, just something we don't do really very much. So you can hear her talking in some of them, and we do her advent calendar together, but there's not so much of her face in there. We'll see how that goes. If it slips in every now and then a little bit, it's not that big a deal, but you know, there's nothing really, you know, if it happens, it happens, but it's just something, it's more my partner than I, but my husband even now than I, but you know, he doesn't really like social media, and I'm alright with it, but you know, I'm respectful of the fact that she is both our child, like, you know, she belongs to both of us. So my last little bit of admin before I get into the knitting is about my giveaway. So a couple of weeks ago I posted about a giveaway because I got to 100 subscribers. I'm now well over 100 subscribers. I think I'm over 125 subscribers last time I looked, which is lovely. Thank you very much. I am baffled that even one person would like to subscribe to this. So to have you all do so, I mean, you know, I could sit here and say there are podcasts out there with thousands and thousands. To me, 125 feels like that amount, because I cannot believe those people would happily sit there and watch. So I'm very grateful. So this is what I was giving away. And it is a package from Elmtree Yarns that Diane very kindly gifted me to give away on the podcast at some point. So I am choosing now. Sorry for the rustling. So this gorgeous, gorgeous bundle, which is a yarn trail pack for the Peak District. And I drew the random number generator just before I started recording because I didn't want to be faffing around on my phone now. And my winner, so it went into the Ravelry thread, and the winner for that is J Domino, which is Jay from St John's, Newfoundland in Canada, which actually is a place I would love to visit. Ever since I saw it on the Yarn Harlot blog like years ago. So Jay, if you would like to get in touch, I will probably Ravelry message you at some point in the next couple of days if you haven't got in touch with me. But if you want to Ravelry or Instagram message me, go ahead. If I don't get to you first, and I will sort out posting out your package to you. So that's that, all done. I'm now going to get onto my knitting. Finished objects. I had grand plans for this week. Didn't really materialise. I do have some finished objects, but they are incredibly tiny. They were not planned. This is them. Tiny. Crocheted Christmas tree with some beads on the outside and some stitched on tinsel and some little gold beads on the top. And this teeny tiny little crocheted snowflake thing, star or snowflake. I went to a crochet workshop at my local yarn shop and I made them there. It was a last minute thing on the Friday. I saw that there was a cancellation and they had one space, and would someone like to come in? And I was like, maybe. I just had to get some childcare because Chris, my husband, was going to the Norwich City match, so he goes to all of the home games. He has a season ticket, and my mum and dad were like, yes, we'd love to, because they love to have her. And I went. It was really nice. I have another finished object which I no longer have in my possession. I gave it to the knitting shop owner. She is having a competition at the moment for dress her Christmas tree in your knitted ornaments. Dress her knitting. And then you could win a voucher for her shop. And so I had made these little mittens from a Susan B. Anderson pattern. I haven't got the picture on my phone anymore, I don't think, because I took it through Instagram, but there they are. And they were teeny tiny, as in teeny tiny. So I gave them to her to go on there. I don't think I'll win. I think there'll be tons of amazing, I don't know how she's going to pick it. She might random pick, or they might pick the best, and there are going to be some brilliant ones. It was just what I had time to do, because I have very little time, and I really wanted to try the pattern because it was so cute. And that's from the Susan B. Anderson Holiday Charm Set pattern on Ravelry, or available on Ravelry. I think it's also available through her website, but I didn't get it there. So those are the tiny things that I have finished this week. Very tiny. Not a lot of finished objects. I'm going to go straight onto whips. I'm trying not to take ages today, because I am aware that people don't normally, people might not have like a 45-minute hour chunk to sit and listen to me talk about my knitting. Maybe I should just try and cut it down a little bit. So first whips are my Gramps cardigans from Tin Can Knits that I am knitting for 2 little boys. for Christmas, my daughter's little friends. They did not get finished. I wanted them to get finished, they did not get finished. I did finish, however, the shawl, collars and button bands, which were such a mission. There was so much knitting in there. I was surprised how long that took me to do, but I do love the effect they have. I think they are really nice. So they have got collars, so now they need sleeves, pockets and little elbow patches on the sleeves. So I'm not sure if this is going to get done this week. They will get done before Christmas because they are Christmas gifts, but other things have crept in. So we'll see if these get done this week. And they are currently living in my, well, sort of on my, because I don't have any big, I have no sweater bags, I have no large project bags. This is probably one of the biggest I have. But I love it so much and I want to carry it around all the time and have something in all the time because it's so nice. This is my project bag from Gilly Makes, who, she sent me this one as a yarn wish is granted. Look how much stuff. I can get 2 children's cardigans in here, man. And all the yarn for it. So they're living in there. My next whip is, oh, I have a half object. I have a hoe. Here is my hoe. On a sock blocker, ha! It's not blocked though. I just put it on the blocker for showing. I will block it at the end when I'm done. But this is my first Christmas sock. It is a plain vanilla sock. I work cuff down. I put in a shorter heel. I don't know what sort of shorter heel this is. This is just the one that I know. It is the one that has the little teeny holes in that some people don't like, but I don't feel that they are that big a deal to make any difference to my socks. Though I'm not sure they're going to be my heel of choice going forward. But just at the moment, they're the one that I have in my brain all the time. You know, have always had in my brain, so it's easy to do. And I don't, when I'm just knitting a pair of socks, I'm like, oh, let's get the heel done. You know, I need to go and actually research it. I've tried things like fish lips, kiss heel and stuff like that, but they just haven't stuck in my brain like this one does. And then my toe, which I just do a wedge toe. So one done, and the next one is started. So I have the cuff and a little bit of leg. And I love this yarn so much. I bought it for a couple of swaps and I sent one of the swaps off and it got lost in the post. Bit of a shenanigan with it getting not delivered. Their card didn't get through the letterbox, but it was held at their local post office and not collected and then sent back, which is fine. I redid the parcel, bought another ball of the yarn, put it in there with that and sent it away. But it then meant that when that parcel came back to me, thankfully, I had a spare ball. So this is the one I'm working from, the spare ball's in the living room. But I thought, I'm going to give it away on Instagram. And my giveaway ends this Wednesday, so from when I post this video you'll have a couple of days. If you haven't been over there, you want to go over to my Instagram, there's just a post there. You just have to tag someone. Anyone. I will be a follower of mine on Instagram. And I will draw it on Wednesday and post it off because I thought hopefully then it will get to someone to be able to use before Christmas if they really want to quickly try and whip up a pair of socks. So that's in the King Cole Zigzag, in the summer colourway, and I think it's zigzag. I don't think I've got the ball band in here, but it's in King Cole yarn in the summer colourway, which is funny because it's so Christmassy. And they are living in my Snoopy bag, also from Gilly Makes. I love this bag. It's got a little pin badge on there that someone gave me at the moment, but I think I'm going to move that onto another one. But it is so cute, and it is Snoopy, Charlie Brown. So that's where the Christmas socks are living. And there is another project also living in this bag. It's very new and it's very little, and I just kept it wedged. Well, actually, I've still got my little postcard from Gilly. That's her logo. It's a little bit battered now because it's been living in my bag all week, but it's sort of dividing so that I have space for another new project, or for another project. That one wasn't new, but this one is. This is the Northeasterly Blanket by Melissa Alexander, aka Skananigans, on Instagram and I think on Ravelry, and it is awesome. So this is a new pattern. It is a sock yarn scrappy blanket pattern, and this is what it looks like. I was trying to do an increase and decrease row, so, and I couldn't seem to do it just then when I was starting my intro, so I had to put it down. But I am using some sock yarn scraps. I'm actually using at the moment from Steampunk. I'm gonna have to look it up really quickly. Steampunk Sheep Yarns. Steampunk Sheep Yarns. They had a mini set where they're like 6 grams, and there's 6 of them in the set, and I wound them up and started. So that's how far one of the little minis from that set, and they were super cheap. I think it was £4.50 for the set, and then 50p for delivery. So £5 will get you 5 of these. This was in the Christmas colourway set. So first one done, second one on, and then here's the third one wound up and ready to go in. And the idea with this pattern is that you knit the strip, and then the next one you knit onto here as you go. So you knit another one attaching it as you go. So no sewing in. Yay! I'm also not weaving in ends. When I get towards the end, I am magic knotting it to the next one so that I don't have any ends to deal with whatsoever. I haven't brought it in here. I will show it at some point, but my Cozy Memories blanket that I started in university and haven't worked on in years and years and years, and when I mean years, I mean like 7 years, is in the living room. So I pulled it out. I was like, I'm going to do some work on this. Turned it over. I never ever wove in an end. It's a scary, scary sight. So I'm burying my head in the sand and I'm getting going on this. Also, the Cozy Memories blanket that I did years ago has a lot of commercially dyed sock yarns, a lot of which are quite scratchy. It's not the coziest of Cozy Memory blankets. So there's a bit of me that wants to start another one with all these hand-dyed minis and things like that. So maybe in the future, I'll see. I can probably finish it off as much as I can and use it as for something. Cat bed? I don't know. But yeah, this pattern, she was offering a code. Skein Elegance was offering a code until tonight, but this video is going to go out tomorrow, so I'm not going to bother explaining it, but for it to be free. So she was giving it away for free. Hundreds of people, maybe even thousands, I think it's gone over 1,000. Hundreds and hundreds of people have downloaded it already, and it is kicking off. This is going to be like this, it is the new, well, not the new Cozy Memories, because everyone still loves Cozy Memories, but this is the next add-on. This is the next generation of sock blanket. But I think it's lovely, and I'll just have it ticking away, working on these little DPNs in the background with some of the many minis that I have got from leftover socks or from some amazing people who have swapped with me or even gifted them to me. So that is also currently living in this bag. I'm sure it will get its own bag at some point. Maybe when the Christmas socks are done, it will then stay in this bag. We'll see. Put that one down there. Okay. Oh, I couldn't turn the page. Got my show notes. I'm all organised. So the next thing I have been working on is something totally new. I have got an advent calendar this year, so this sort of mushes in with stash enhancement. I have a knitting advent calendar. This is a big deal for me. Oh, earlier when I showed you the little mittens, I started making another pair. Here is a teeny tiny mitten. It needs its ends woven in, and it lives in this winter bag that I made. Anyway, so advent. I signed up for the Lay Family Yarn advent swap, where you just swap 5 gram minis and a few other little treats, and I was very lucky to be partnered with Family Tree Yarns, Jane from Family Tree Yarns. Big deal, man, big deal. She got me with my sock yarn scraps of whatever I could gather together for this. I got an indie dyer. That's a big deal. I actually feel really bad. I mean, I tried my best, and I don't think I could have done anything different. I don't think I could have done anything different, but I feel really bad because what I've got is so amazing, and what she's got is my minis. But also it's for 5 gram minis, and so far the 2 days that I've opened have been definitely 10 grams. Thanks, I love them. if you're watching. So they are in here, and I have decided to do something with them. Now, I could not decide what to do. I thought about making another cowl, Land of Sweets cowl, because I really enjoyed it, but I thought, you know, I've made that already and I want to do something different, and what I really want is fingerless mitts. I haven't got a pair that I really love. I have one pair that I've knit and I don't like them. They're not pretty. It's a yarn that just didn't look right in the pattern. I put buttons on them, which I could take off, but I still wasn't that keen. So, and they're a bit small in terms of length. They only come to like there. I just want something that comes right up my arm, so there's no gap between my coat and my arm. I decided to make up a pattern. It's not going to be anything incredibly complicated because I wanted to just be something lovely and easy that I just tick through with my advent. But because I was given 10 gram minis so far, and if they end up being 5s later, that's fine. I can just add in extras from my scraps. But I went a bit overboard because there was so much. This is 10 grams of each one. I can make a few pairs. So this is the one I started with, and I'm doing these 2 at a time. And I learned to do 2 at a time off a Knitting Expat, Mina, one of her videos, where she does the rib of a sock and then puts it on a holder, and then does the rib of another sock and then transfers it on, because it's just easier. There's no twiddling around trying to cast on 2 things at a time. So I did that. So this is the first pair. Now this pair are going to be matching. So, and I anticipate that I will use half of an advent to make a pair, because otherwise, with the matching and striping the way I want them to stripe, if I did 24 stripes, it would be like all the way to there, I think this fingerless mitt. And whilst I did want them to cover my wrist a bit more and come up to probably about here-ish, elbow is not needed. So that's fine, because I can do them with 12 stripes, and then hey, that would be great for a 12-day of Christmas sort of plan. But I also have 12 stripes left over, so I could do another set with that other half when I get my other half of the advent as I open them up, or I could do something totally different with it then. So this is going to be 12 stripes, fingerless mitts, in a simple pattern. There will be some sort of pattern, but it is going to be something very simple. Then I sat there and thought, these did not take a lot of yarn. Like, I'm talking of this white with pink flecks in, there is still, after knitting these 2 cuffs and then a whole another cuff over here, there is still 5 grams left. This yarn, after knitting this stripe and this cuff, there is still 7 grams of yarn left. So I could do that all over again. I could do all of this all over again. So I have enough. This is fine. So 12 stripes, fingerless mitts in a pattern that I am making up in my brain. I would love to write up some patterns. I have so many ideas. I have a few things that I haven't ever gotten out there that I have thought of in my brain and knit up myself, and I really, really want to do that. So whether or not that ever happens, we'll see. I would love to do it with these. I just want to make something that I'm so happy with that there's no doubt. You know, this is something that I want to put out into the world. If there's any doubt in it, I'm not interested, so we'll see. So I also sat there and thought I would love a pair of fingerless mitts that show my full advent calendar, and I don't care if they match. So I thought that's what I'm going to do. So I don't end up with fingerless mitts that end up here all the way through. I am going to alternate days. So I took 2 2.5mm needles, and I did my cuff in day 1, so this is day 1, and then I did another cuff on another set of needles for day 2, so this is day 2. So then day 3 I will put a stripe on here, day 4 I will put a stripe on here, day 5, day 6, day 7, day 8, and so on. So these will be mine, and they will be my set of advent fingerless mitts for this year, if everything goes to plan, and they're perfect. Fingers crossed. And then these, and potentially another set that I'll make after, will be Christmas gifts for a couple of friends who I know would appreciate them, who we don't buy for each other, and I don't think they would expect anything, and in fact I know they wouldn't expect anything, so these will be sort of an after Christmas surprise if they work out. So many sets of needles. I did have to take lots of works in progress and put them on yarn, scrap yarn, to hold them off while I pinched all the needles. So this is very much looser wound than this one, but these are what I have left of my Advent minis so far. So if this all goes to plan and I don't need these extra minis and I don't want to make another Advent thing, then these will be added into my northeasterly blanket. So they're living in there at the moment. And this is the bag that I showed last week that I got from South Africa. My parents went to South Africa and brought me back a wash bag, but they bought a bag for my knitting. They knew that I wouldn't use it. If I saw a bag, I'd be like, oh, it's the knitting bag. So yeah, this is in this bag from South Africa. And my other, so that's it for whips, apart from and I'm going to butcher this word, amigurumi. Someone tell me, please. Gingerbread man that I am making. The crochet workshop totally inspired me. Bought a few little balls of yarn and a little book of patterns, and I am making a gingerbread man. We'll see how that works out, because again, I'm not a crocheter, so fingers crossed. I'm not showing that today because it's in there, it's in little pieces, there's not much to show. My next thing I want to talk about was plans. I don't usually do this section, but as I've got something that I'm probably going to cast on tonight, I thought I would share. I had, when I stripped all of my whips from the needles, one more 2.5mm, which I thought I would make a set, one by one, not two at a time, of my Advent mitten pattern. So not striped at all, but I will be counting the rows. Basically, I'm going to work through it in advance in this yarn. I love this yarn. It's quite tightly wound, so I've just hand wound it off my Swift because I couldn't use the ball winder because Little is asleep and there is no way I'm going to endanger that. So this is a skein of, I have ball bound so I can actually be accurate, Olan, hand dyed in Ireland, sock light in the Nebula colourway, and it is 425 metres, 100 grams of 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon, and it is really soft. It's the Nebula colourway, which I just fell in love with. I have wound it up now. I showed this a few weeks ago as part of my Yarnporium haul, and I've just been itching to cast it on, so this is going to be hopefully perfect. Another pair of fingerless knits probably for me. But I really want to work up this pattern. It is going to be a super simple basic stitch pattern. It's all about the stripes. I don't want to take away from the stripes, so they might be a bit boring in this because it's not going to be a striping pattern, but I just want to work through it in advance so that I know that like when I get to the thumb or something, it's not going to look odd and that I'm not wasting my time. So yay, this is going to hopefully be that pattern that I am writing up. That is everything apart from stash enhancement. So I've had my Advent minis, which I've shown you in that in the fingerless mitts. Oh, brain went then. And also, if you watch my Vlogmas, you will get to see me open my calendar every morning. Yay! As well as my daughter opening her Happy Land Advent calendar and putting her ornament on the tree. This was today, so I need to put it back on her tree, and I think this one will be tomorrow's. And then, man, I got to crack on because I've only got one other little one, and it's a little Christmas jumper, and she's already put like a little green jumper, but she's already put a jumper on there, so I feel like it needs to be something different. Maybe that little pair of mittens. I need to crack on. But you'll see all those on my Vlogmas. This came with day one of my Advent. It is a little, stop jiggling, dove with an olive branch, which is so cute, stitch marker. And it is living in here. This is not new, but I haven't used it for stitch markers before. Basically, I bought from Poundland a set of headphones when I was really desperate and I left my headphones at home. And they came in this little macaroon tub, which doesn't have a clasp, but it holds together quite well. Well, it was Poundland, so the headphones broke pretty quickly. So I've thrown them away and kept hold of this for my stitch markers, and I love it. It's really cute. So that's in there. And then the other thing that I got this week, apart from the amigurumi stuff that I bought from the local yarn shop, and a couple of skeins of commercially dyed yarn just for a jumper for her, which I haven't brought through, I haven't spent anything else. I haven't bought any hand dyes or anything like that. but I was gifted something amazing. Now, I really wanted to try Knit Picks Felici. I have loved the look of it for ages, couldn't justify the shipping. Then I found out they ship to the UK and it's like normal cost, like it's like a UK site, and if you spend over 35 quid it's free, same as our warehouse. And I was baffled, but I don't have it in my budget right now, and I was gutted. So I did a little bit of window shopping, because I love online window shopping, putting things in my basket, having a look, then deleting them out and walking away. So I did that, and then it was the Black Friday sales, that's when it was, and then I posted about it on Instagram and said, if anyone is in the market for anything Knit Picks, there's a discount code, look at it. And basically a really lovely Yola from Instagram, incredibly lovely Instagram follower, messaged me and said, I have some Knit Picks Felici, I will send it to you. And I was like, seriously, for quite a long period of time, full on jaw drop. Felt like I couldn't reply. I was like, someone wants to do something so nice. I mean, I shouldn't be shocked with the knitting community, especially after Yarn Wishes granted. And I know I sent a lot out, so, and you do get, I feel that like the universe is a place where hopefully you kind of get out what you put in sometimes. So I want to be a part of this brilliant community, and I kind of feel like I am now, because these wonderful people, you know, someone as nice as this, I'm a bit blown away, as you can probably tell. So this is what she sent me. So I thought this, she didn't tell me what colours or anything, she just said, what colours do you like? And I said, I like all colours, because I do. And she sent me these 2 skeins of Knit Picks Felici in the unicorn colourway. This is amazing. I am full on like blown away. I cannot wait to start knitting with these. They are so beautiful. And it's a commercially dyed yarn. I was sitting there thinking, it's probably going to have like an opal texture. Nuh-uh. Man, this is 75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon, and it is so nice for a commercially dyed yarn. I am so shocked. It's really soft. So these are going to be my treat when maybe Christmas comes, because people don't buy me yarn for Christmas or knitting related things normally, because no one really has a clue what I would like, and they would, I mean, they're likely to give me, like, I've had Etsy vouchers before, or they've said, what ones do you want? Like, my mum has always said, what do you want? Tell me. And I have been able to say to her, like, this, and this, and she's actually bought the yarn for me, which is lovely. But don't normally do that nowadays. I would just get like a voucher, or, I mean, they get me loads of amazing things, amazing, but I don't have people in my life who knit who would give me a yarny gift for Christmas. So I'm thinking Christmas Day, when I've done all my Christmas knitting, my advent calendar yarns have been knit up into everything, and I am hopefully got lots of needles free, because right now they're awful. I will cast these on as my Christmas Day, yay! But this was not the only thing she sent me in this package. I got something else. She sent me her leftovers. This is Felici again in sprinkles, and it's so gorgeous. And she said that she was making her socks and wanted them perfectly matching, so she had, and then this is her leftovers. So she'd gone from each ball, and this is what she had left over. Would I like them to knit socks for my toddler? I was like, oh man. I swear I nearly cried. It's so pretty, it's so lovely, and she is definitely getting socks. 100%. 100%. She would love, like when I made her the pair of socks that I made her as part of the Scrappy Sock Cal, Monster Sock Cal, she was loving them. She wanted to wear them over and over again. She just kept staring at her feet. So tube socks, nice long tube socks, so she can get lots of use out of them. 100% happening. And you never know, I might still have some left over to add into a blanket or something else, but so beautiful. And all this has done, even though I haven't knit with it yet, all this has done is, and there's loads left here, there's like more than 50, like 50 grams. Like with what's left here, with what's here, you'd think I'd be like, yeah, I've got some Felicis to try. I am like that, but I'm also like, I want all the Fleetchie. I want it all. I want it all. Because this is amazing. Stuff is so soft, so I can't wait to knit with this and see what it's really like when you're knitting with it. And I'm saving it for Christmas. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. So that is everything. All I have to talk about is what's been going on this week, and to be honest, I'm not going to jibber jabber a lot. There was there's Vlogmas starting on all of my favourite YouTubers, and if you know anyone who's doing Vlogmas that I might not have heard of, please let me know. So far I'm watching Crazy Sock Lady, Knitting Expat, Mina, always best. I have watched Amy Florence's Stranded. I've only recently discovered her podcast. I don't know what rock I was living under, but it was brilliant. I watched Sandybed Lakeside. Who else? There was one more and it's new. I've only just subscribed to her today. I'm going to find it. Oh, and this one only just got Skenanigans, who did the Northeasterly blanket, just started up her podcast for Skenanigans. So she's done Vlogmas and that was really good. Really good actually. And I signed up for someone else. Oh no, I can't find it. My Creative Daydream? My Creative Daydream. And because her little one had a Playmobil advent calendar, and I was like, wow, because my little girl has a Happy Land advent calendar. So yeah, if I'm losing you here because you don't listen to the jibber jabber because the knitting is done, bye, thank you for watching. But this is going to be really short, so if you want to get to the end, that's fine too. I love Vlogmas, so if there's anyone that I haven't mentioned that you're watching, I might have forgotten a couple, please tell me about them in the comments. If you're doing it, tell me in the comments. I love knitting related life and just in general Vlogmas, so please share with me. I'd love to see it. I can't guarantee mine is going to be very high quality because I'm rubbish at iMovie and editing and podcasting in general, I think. But yes, so Merry Christmas, because we're coming up to it, and I'm probably not going to do another podcast before Christmas because I'm doing Vlogmas every day. So I'm probably going to start really showing my knits in my Vlogmas a little bit more, because I hadn't done that so much today or yesterday. But I'm going to really start a bit more and talking about them a bit more instead of the podcast. So yes, I'm about to go and spend a little bit of the evening with my husband, and I hope you have a lovely few weeks. I know I'll see you on the Vlogmas if you watch it, but otherwise, if I don't, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I can't wait to be back and chatting again. But yeah, I hope I see you on Vlogmas.